I'm Sam, owner and artist of the Copper Elm, and today I'm freshening up some drawers for a coffee table and end table pair that I've been working on, and I just wanted to show you what my little tips and tricks are to make the inside of your drawers look and smell like they're brand new. So you don't have to use drawer liners, you don't have to go above and beyond with extra work. It takes about 5 minutes and your drawers will look brand new. All right, guys, so I've got one of the drawers sitting here with me today, and as you can see, this is looking pretty rough. It's dirty, it's grimy. The inside, it's actually not, the bottom piece is not in horrible shape, but it's just a cheap little veneer lining. It's basically like a printed piece of plastic that is supposed to look like wood. Now, if the whole piece was done in this, I probably would have tossed the piece out in the first place, but just inside of a drawer, you don't need it to be super high quality wood. It's something most people aren't going to see anyway, and as soon as they get it home, they're going to cover it with books and anything they stick in there anyway. But I want it to look nice and fresh and clean. I want it to look like it is in really, really good shape, so they don't have to take it home and go ahead and clean it or add drawer liners. Now, I do love a drawer liner. I'm addicted to really cool prints. I love to add a little pop of color into the inside of my drawer. It's like kind of a little surprise for my clients. But when it looks like this in the first place, it's a nice smooth finish. It's nice, and there's no chunks missing out of it. There's no major scratches. I can go ahead and roll with this, and I can save myself the work and not have to do drawer liners. So the first thing I do, grab some baby wipes. Now, if you've been around for a while, I am addicted to baby wipes. I use them on everything. So grab one of these and I just give it a nice clean out. I don't have to be super careful because I'm going to be using the Owl Furniture Salve, which actually cleans as it works. But I don't want chunks of, debris and trash in here. It also has some glitter, and if you know me at all, you know how much I hate that. So I'm just going to use a couple baby wipes and really clean out the inside. You want to get all the grime and goop out of it. That way, one, you're not just caking that in there, but also you're not ruining your salve brush. So I'm going to take this wipe and just kind of go along the inside. I want to go along the edges, especially focusing on the corners, which is where a lot of the little pieces of trash, lint, hair, things like that tend to gather in those back corners. So I'm just going to come in here, wipe this out, and you can see this back piece. It's just kind of chalky and dusty. So wipe all of this out, get a nice, fairly clean surface to work with. And while I have my baby wipe here, I'm going to go ahead and just give a quick little wipe down to the track. Now, this particular table, the drawers don't have a track underneath. A lot of times you've got like a tracking system underneath your drawer. And this one doesn't have that. It actually has a track on the top. So inside the table, it's got a bar that goes across, and this is gonna latch into it, and that's what's gonna let it glide. So on this one, it makes it a little easier. Done with my wipe. Next, furniture salve. Now, I'm addicted to this stuff. It's made by Owl. It's essentially beeswax, coconut oil, hemp seed oil, and a blend of essential oils that give it its smell. It comes in quite a few different options. Today I'm using tobacco flower, which is my all-time favorite. It's got a very masculine scent to it. It's not too overpowering. It looks a little yellow in the can. That is the hemp seed oil. It's got a yellow-green tint to it, but it actually goes on pretty clear. If you're doing a piece of furniture with this that's bright white, this may tint it a tiny bit, so be cautious of that. But anything from the creams on in, you're totally fine because it actually goes on fairly clear. Now, what you want to use, you want to grab like a salve brush. I actually have an S50 that I use for, this is a Klingon brush that I use for salve as well. I probably have 15 salve brushes because I use salve a lot. So I have different brushes for everything. This one is the 2-inch palm brush by Owl. These are all available on my website, and I'll have a link down in the description for you. But this one is awesome for big long dresser tops, things like that. You hold it like kind of in your fist, and it's got a nice heavy weight to it, so it glides across your surface really easy. Today, I'm going to use the S50 though. You can totally use a paintbrush. Klingons are awesome for salve, but when you do this, you want to dedicate your brush to salve. So this brush will never see paint again because these oils and waxes will never get out of the bristles. No matter how much you clean this bad boy, it'll never be ready for paint again. Wax and oil repels paint, so dedicate a brush to salve. This is now your salve brush. You don't even need to clean it unless you're salving something that's really, really dirty and grimy. You don't need to wash this. I just keep using the same one over and over again. I switch between scents. It's totally fine. So grab your salve and you're gonna dip in there. I kind of brush it around a little bit. You don't need a ton. Kind of dip in there and just, you know, nothing too crazy. Grab your drawer. And I'll do the bottom piece first so you can see the length of it. You're just gonna brush it on. Nothing too crazy. Doesn't matter if you go in circles, doesn't matter if you go up and down. This is not like a typical wax on your finish. It's super easy to use and you really cannot mess it up. So just feel free to jump in there. You just don't want to use too much because you're going to waste it. So I don't know if you can see, there we go. You can see the different sheen. And that's basically just going to moisturize this, even if it's not real, even if you've got plastic, rubber, whatever you got in there, it'll work pretty nice on it. Just take a soft cloth and buff it in. Literally, that's it. I'm not buffing like crazy. I'm not going overworking my arm. I'm not exhausting myself. Just a quick wipe down and you're good to go. Now, when I do the back side, you'll be able to see a little bit better. So I'm gonna grab my salve again, reload just a little bit, put a little bit on there, pop this bad boy up, and let's see if we can get it right where you can see it. I'm just going to coat it in the back, and I'm gonna do this all the way around. Now, why am I doing this? Why do I care that this pressed wood in the back of a drawer looks pretty? It's not so much that it's pretty. I don't really care what it looks like. Even if I was lining my drawers, I typically wouldn't line the back of it. You can see right here. There you go. You can see the difference there. But what it does, it's gonna make it look better. First off, it's gonna eliminate a lot of your scratches. It's gonna eliminate the dings. It's gonna make it look like it's brand new again, but it's also gonna moisturize it. It's gonna lock in a lot of moisture. It's going to rejuvenate the wood, even this particle board, this fake wood. It's gonna kind of bring it back to life, but it's also going to moisturize it and lock that in, which is going to extend the life of it. This is not gonna get dried out as easily. I'm in Colorado, it's super, super dry here. So we have a really big issue with furniture drying out and cracking. This is going to kind of preserve it for quite a while, and you can even give your client a tin of this if you want with their piece when they purchase it, so that every year or so they can take the things out of the drawer, do a quick one over with the salve, and make sure that their piece is gonna last the long haul. Another bonus, it's gonna deodorize. So you know it smells good. It's the tobacco flower one, I always say that it smells like a really hot guy with tattoos and a nice beard. But it's got a great scent. There's all different scents, so no matter what you love, if you're more into florals, if you're into fresh citrus, we've got a scent for everybody. But as it makes it smell good, it's actually deodorizing as it goes. So it's not just masking the smell, it's not just covering up, you know, mustiness from old furniture. It's actually going to deodorize and eliminate those scents as this dissipates. So the scent is strongest for the first 2 to 3 days, depending on what you are doing with using it on. So inside of a drawer, this is not gonna get a ton of airflow. There's not, you know, a ton of wind coming through here that's gonna help dissipate the scent. It's gonna kind of be locked in there. So something like this is gonna last a really long time. But a typical dresser, if you did the outside of your dresser, that scent is gonna be the strongest for the first 2 to 3 days. And then it's gonna slowly dissipate over the course of 2 to 3 weeks. Now, something inside the drawers like this could last for months. I'm not even joking. I have pieces that I have had where I've opened the drawer 3, 4, 5 months later and I can still smell lemon. It smells nice and fresh and clean. But if you've got something like patio furniture, your rocking chair out on your front porch, it's gonna have a ton of airflow and that's gonna dissipate the smell pretty quickly. But the cool thing is as the scent dissipates, as that lemon or tobacco flower scent goes away, so does all the other smell that was incorporated into the wood. So if you have a piece that you got at a yard sale or on Facebook or Marketplace that smells like cigarettes, smells like cat, smells like musty mothballs, smells like, you know, just old furniture, this is gonna eliminate that smell. This is gonna take care of all of that for you. and you're not gonna have that old furniture smell anymore. Instead, you're just gonna have something nice and fresh. And by the time this dissipates, it's just not gonna smell at all. It's just gonna eliminate everything, which I'd much rather things not smell whatsoever than smell bad. The last thing you wanna do is refinish a piece of furniture, make it look super beautiful, spend a ton of time on it, and have it stink. So take this like last little step, last little precaution before you finish your furniture. Go through all the drawers, do the sides of them, do the back. If you have drawer slides on the bottom, especially the wooden ones, go ahead and coat those in salve. It's gonna lock in all the splinters, it's gonna moisturize it, and your drawers are gonna slide a million times smoother. Do the track in the dresser as well. If you wanna go above and beyond and it's a really stinky piece, do the entire inside cavity of your dresser or your table, whatever you're doing. That way you've got full coverage with the salve. It's gonna make it smell amazing. It's gonna eliminate all those stinky smells in the first place. And it's gonna make it last a lot longer because you're going to be moisturizing it and protecting it for the future. So it's a good little step to take, even if you decide to line the drawers, do the sides, do all of that. You just wanna make sure this is your last step, because if you get wax, the salve, which has wax in it, on your drawer fronts, you cannot paint over that. Nothing sticks to wax, nothing sticks to oil. It should be your last step. So if it's something that you need to touch up the paint on, you're kind of messing yourself up. So take the step as the last step of your furniture project. And also for me personally, it's kind of my reward at the end of a piece of furniture. So I work really hard, I prep everything, I paint it all, I clear coat it, I'm exhausted by the time I'm done, and my reward is that I get to smell this awesome stuff and do one more quick little step, one extra touch on the piece. All of a sudden, all my drawers look brand new. It smells incredible, and this is like my little bonus at the end of the piece of furniture. And then it is also a bonus for my customer because they get to take home a piece of furniture that smells amazing. If you're doing custom work for a client, give them the option of which scent they like. If they like lavender, if they like more masculine scents like tobacco flower or black seed, it's got like a saltiness to it, let them pick their scent. So I think that's about it. It's super easy. It's a really cool step that will really make your pieces stand out, and it puts you kind of on another level from a typical furniture artist. You're taking a little extra time to go above and beyond and make sure that your pieces are as amazing as they possibly can be. So if you've tried out the salve, I want to hear about it. Leave me a comment. Let me know if you love it. If you like the video and you want to see more tips and tricks, especially using YSL salve, because I'm going to do a lot of videos on this, including some crazy stuff. I'm going to clean my car. I'm going to clean my headlights. I'm going to clean leather boots. I'm going to put it in my hair. If you want to see all those, click the subscribe button so you can follow along and watch all my craziness. And let me know if you have any questions. I hope this helped out, and I hope you guys have fun painting, and I'll see you next time. Thanks.